We've had a storm last night. Whatever name the storm is, Aisha, something or other. Anyway, what has life been like over the past couple of weeks? Because we've been frozen in for about a week, thereabouts. And last night we had a massive storm. So what's it been like? Taking the solar panels, well, putting them flat because it's we're catching a storm over the next 24 hours. The wind's got up already and the ice is melting. Wonder how quick. I don't think this is quite thick ice actually. Still too thick to travel through. Polished my brasses yesterday. Quite frosty out there. Quite chilly. Nice day though. It's on the inside. This boat's starting to sink. And it can't pump out the water because it's frozen. Well, this year has been a lot milder than last year, and I think I've always said this before, we have cold snaps and warm spells, and this year has been exactly that. We've had a cold snap where for 2 nights I think it's been a little chilly on the boat, but other than that, nothing special. We've had a lot of rain and we've had a bit of wind. It's windy, that's all I can say. Very windy actually, and I'm just gonna let the old let the GoPro do some filming. I mean, the boat's rocking from side to side, to be honest. It's not raining, it's just a little bit windy. Fortunately, I haven't got any trees that are close enough to the boat, and it's pointless me showing you the outside because, well, it's dark. But I have noticed the train track. The trains are going slower. I don't necessarily think we've got it that bad here. It is windy, don't get me wrong. It's safer to be indoors than it is outdoors. I think there's places on the coast which are getting it a bit harsher. I think there's places inland getting it a bit harsher. Now, I appreciate I'm in Northamptonshire, so maybe we've not had as much cold weather or as windy weather as other parts of the country. Yesterday, some friends of mine tried to move through the ice, wanting to get, in a different position. They didn't get far. Because the ice was just too thick, and whereas in the area that they were in, I suspect it was clear, but in more sheltered areas, a bit more ice. I mean, there actually is, as I'm walking past it, some ice down here, but this is easily breakable. Look, couldn't have done that yesterday. But it's always useful, just because you think there is the ice has gone, melted where you are, further down the canal, it can be different still. And I've also come down to have a look at this boat because it was kind of frozen and sinking, and by the looks of it, the bilge pump's been working and it's refloated, which is good. I'm pleased for them. I don't think the boat's been lived in, it's just left. The only thing to be mindful of after a storm is the amount of debris that falls from the trees into the canal. Look at that. The evenings are drawing out. It's noticeable already, which for me, being a sun worshipper or a heat worshipper, or prefer the warmth of the sun, spring, summer, early autumn, love it, absolutely love it. My whole demeanour changes from the dreariness of winter, and I've been told I've been a bit grumpy recently, and I have been. I just don't like the winter. And I'm starting to come out of my shell, which is needed, much needed for my own mental health, much needed for my well-being and outlook and everything that goes along with it. Feels so much better. It is great, you know. And I don't smile enough. I'm going to have to change my my profile picture of that stern looking fella to one of more happiness. I don't know when I'm going to do that. I need someone to take a picture, or maybe I could. I'm supposed to be a photographer. Although I haven't done much photography recently either, so I need to get out. I need to get out and do stuff. I want to take a photo of that on here for Instagram. So there's my GoPro. It's got a tripod thing attached to it. So if I put that there, I don't know if you can see that, lean that against the tripod, kind of like that, push this button here. Now I've got 10 seconds. Part of the video that you're going to see is me travelling through Blissworth Tunnel and beyond, and life on a narrowboat. Life on the canals is quite hard work, particularly in the winter, and I'm not very good at hiding my feelings. I'm not very good at the Instagram lifestyle that others depict, because it is, in wintertime, on your own, a bit of a challenge. I'll say that. Thank you for those people that supported me in the quest of becoming a CRT council member. There is one person that's commented who stated he's rolling on the floor laughing because I didn't get in. Well done, thanks for that. Because I'm a new boater and I don't know anything because I'm a new boater. You don't need an awful lot of intelligence to work out, to get the basics right, and to give suggestions on how to improve. Doesn't take much to work that out. But that said, thank you for everybody else who's been supportive in both your comments and voting. I came 5th out of 20 odd, so you know what, not too bad. They were going a lot slower last night. Run the VT. Got my little light there. Anyway, for when you go through the tunnel, you need to turn all the lights on. And the reason you do that is to, well, clearly you need to take these things out as well. 1, 2, see, it's been raining. 3, 4. It's early morning, it's just gone 7 o'clock. I'm 300 metres from the tunnel. And, well, it's dark in the tunnel, and by the time I get through the other side, it'll be light. Well, that's the game plan anyway. Gaps of opportunity. This morning is one where it's not windy and it's not raining until 11 o'clock. And I just thought that people will be mad enough, like me, to get up early, get through this tunnel where there's no traffic, and by the time you get to the other side, it's light. I can do it in 25-30 minutes, I think. But if I take my time, by the time I get to the other side, it'll be light enough to travel anyway, and hopefully I won't meet another lunatic like me travelling in the dark in order to have a safe journey through this 1.5 mile tunnel. All the calcium on the side of the walls. Hello! Oh! Bit of an echo. It's all made of brickwork. Do you know what? It is a great feat of engineering. There we go. Got wet. Although not too wet because I wanted to dodge it a little bit. I've had a look down that end, i.e. the end I've just come from, and there's a pinprick of light Now it's too dark for the end of the tunnel to be shown, but another boater is coming through. Cue the bell cam. I don't know what those runoffs are from, whether they're from the fields or there's a river up there. I haven't got a clue, but it's a lot of water. First time I've seen it used. Normally I'm here in the summer, so not surprised. Anyway, I'm going to turn my lights off. Sun rising over the tunnel from the north edge. Certainly has a different feel on the canals in the winter time as opposed to the summertime. 18 miles to Braunston, it says there, look. And you know, with no heat in the air, no leaves on the trees, it's almost like the spidery fingers of the branches overhanging that need cutting back, by the way. Although here is not too bad, I suppose. It must be said, and a lot of people have said this, under British waterways it was crap. You couldn't get any worse, they said. Well, apparently you can, because the canals have not done much, not seen an awful lot of progress, certainly at the ground level, since Canal and River Trust have taken over. Now that's according to people who have been on the canals far longer than me. So I would like to understand why. Maybe the situation's changed. Maybe the infrastructure further up the canal structure, you know, with the reservoirs and rivers and I don't know, to be honest. But the little things that concern the boaters not being addressed. That said, closing the whole of Stoke Brewing off for 2 months to change all the locks, or some of the locks. So, you know, on that point, yeah, get it. But I wonder why they've allowed this. Is it lack of funding? Don't know. British Waterways used to do it, apparently. And so it's something that everybody has said that I've spoken to that's been on, well, a lot of people actually. Too many chiefs. Run like a corporate organisation. I would like to know what the ratio of execs to workforce was when CRT took over from British Waterways and what it is now. Because when I joined up, there was 100,000 people in the Air Force and a ratio of 1 officer to 7 airmen, generic term. And when I left, there was 31,000 people in the Air Force with a ratio of 1 officer to 3.4 airmen. If all of us other ranks died, everything would stop. And I think that's the same thing with CRT. They're relying on the goodwill of the volunteers. Now I may be wrong, but in my experience, that proves a bureaucratic organisation which is clunky, slow going, and actually maybe cost effective, but in some areas it's not. I'd like to pick at the very fabric, because CRT are undoing the fabric of the waterways at the moment, and that's not just me, that's a lot of people have said the same thing. So if it's wrong, CRT, come out with some useful information. Some of that superficial damp, it'll dry out on the boat before I get a chance to use it. I mean, it was dried wood anyway, kiln dried, so it's just a little bit damp, and I need to mop up those little bits in the well deck for the amount of rain we've had just recently.
If you love me, find it in your heart to forgive for all I've done wrong, and when I return, life will be better. I love you too. I need you too. And life would be nothing.
Chores to do, well I do, on I like to keep the world deck reasonably clean and tidy, but you know what, that sun makes a difference. It's out, it's a fresh morning, I think it's called a prasity or something or other. Let's look it up. I can remember something at school. The sun in the winter, a prasity, is known as the warmth of a winter sun. There we go. I had a dictionary this morning. Headphones on, wood cut, sorted out my front panels. Good boaty day. I've got to go up to Northampton this afternoon to get some shopping in.
Find it in your heart to truly love me, for I love you too. And when I return, life will be better. I love you.
I love you too.
I need you.
I need you too.
And life would be nothing without each other. I love you.
I love you too.
I need.
Bon up, sir. Well, Italian. To be honest, it's okay. Filming it and just cooking it, completely different things. I let the egg curdle a bit because I was faffing around. So if you're not filming it, it's far easier. Bon ups. Lots of low-lying water and some horses. I got a Christmas present from Colin and Elaine. It's one of these boot take car offers. I quite like it, and the reason why I like it is because it's homemade, and I think it's particularly useful. But it has more than one use: chin rest and a smiling machine. It helps me smile. I've been told I don't smile enough. Well, perhaps that's true, and one of those things, it's not a New Year's resolution, but I am going to try and smile more, enjoy life a bit better. So thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, give it a go, because it will help me out, and until then, I'll see you next week. Ciao, Papa.